Okay, recursively defined sequences. This one's a bit tricky. It says write the first 5 terms of the recursively defined sequence. Remember this rule. Let's see if I can get this. Can I get this a little bigger, maybe? Remember that this rule is saying if you want to know the next term, take the term that came before it, multiply it by -2, and then add 1. Here's where the trick comes in with this problem, right? You're given the second term. So find and it says find the first 5 terms. Well, let's go forward and then we'll have to go backward, right? We don't know what the first term is yet. We know that the second term is -5. The third term, we take -2 times -5 plus 1, which would be 11. The fourth term, we're using, remember, we used the term that came before it, and we're using that in here, right? Here's where the 11 comes in. And we're adding 1 to get, what is that, -21? So you see where that's headed. So I take this number, I multiply it times -2, and I add 1 to get that. Think about this, the first term I don't know, but I got -5. -5 was the term that I got, right? I'm using the rule the way that this is set up. -5 is the second term. -5 was found by taking -2 times the first term and adding 1. So it's really just an algebraic equation. It's an unknown value, right? So if I don't know what this is, I'm using a sub 1. I could use x here, right? I know that I multiply -2 times the first term and add 1 in order to get this value. So what I'm using is a sub 1 to represent what I'm actually solving for, which is the first term. Subtract 1 from both sides, divide both sides by -2, we get a first term of 3. So we have 3 for the first term, -5, and check it to see if it even makes sense. I'm taking the first term of 3, multiplying it by -2, that's -6, and -6 plus 1 is -5. Okay, so we actually solved an equation based on knowing the second term and trying to find the first term, but we still use the rule as it was written. Okay?